So we're back again with tons of more details about Star Wars Battlefront 2. As you guys probably already know, Dennis Bronveld, the franchise lead design director on Star Wars Battlefront 2, has taken over Twitter and is posting tons of stuff on Twitter. Yet again today, we're going to go over all of these details, including the fact that DICE is experimenting with dual-wielding pistol tech, transformable droid tech, and then also we've got official confirmation of content support for Battlefront 2 into 2019, details on the upcoming Halloween event, and then also I cannot forget about the new audio clip that Dennis posted between General Grievous and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So let's start there. Let's take a listen to this brand new audio, this dialogue between General Grievous and Obi-Wan. So here we go.
Your master really should have taught you not to be so impulsive.
The way you have with young Skywalker.
Touché.
So there it is. A good way to start the video today. And again, I just love listening to these audio clips. Hit that like button, guys, if you really enjoy these bits of audio clips we're getting from Dennis and DICE. It's really cool. And then hopefully we get maybe like a gameplay sneak peek or maybe a little teaser trailer soon or something like that of General Grievous. We're getting closer and closer, of course. He comes out on October 30th, which is days away at this point. And make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, because we will be posting tons of gameplay when General Grievous releases, of course. But let's go and dive into all of the stuff that Dennis has been posting on Twitter, starting with this comment right here. So he posted this, he said, every 7th week at DICE, we do Sparks. For 2 straight days, all devs can work on whatever they want that can benefit the studio. The Star Wars team is exploring tech around out-of-engine balancing from spreadsheets, dual-wielding pistol tech, and tech for transformable robots. So those last two, of course, is what everybody's talking about. And I don't know about you, but when they mentioned the dual-wielding pistol tech, I immediately thought of Captain Rex. Like, I personally thought of Captain Rex. Some people thought of Jango Fett. Some people thought of Cad Bane, of course. But I really want to see a dual-wielding pistol character. And for me personally, I would love to see Captain Rex make it into the game, because we have yet to get a clone captain or clone commander as a hero in Star Wars Battlefront 2. So I think it would be pretty cool to see either Captain Rex or maybe Commander Cody as a hero in Star Wars Battlefront 2. What do you guys think? Let me know. Who would your choice be for a dual-wielding hero in Star Wars Battlefront 2? Now, a user by the name of Dabindu Monk asked, do you guys evaluate what's been done during those days and possibly make it a top priority, or do you just go back to your previous work after a stint of experimentation? How much of it does it tend to carry over to the day-to-day work? And of course, he's referring to what Dennis Bronveld just posted about, you know, their experimentation with this new tech. Now, Dennis responded and said this. He said, we always evaluate. If it's a cool spark, we try to put it on the roadmap ASAP. Some are more long-term investments. So when you think about, you know, the dual-wielding pistols and the transformable droids, you know, it could be something that they put on the roadmap immediately and say, hey, this needs to go into the game immediately, or something that they put as a long-term investment later down the road. Now, I didn't really touch base on the transformable droids. I think everyone's gonna think of droidekas immediately. That's what I thought right when he said that, and I really hope, guys, that someday we get droidekas. Of course, it's not confirmation that we're getting droidekas, but hopefully it's a little hope for us, and I really hope they put that on the roadmap ASAP and get us droidekas. We'll see what happens, but regardless, you know, the fact that they are testing this stuff out and starting to prototype it and really looking at it excites me. So again, if you're excited, hit that like button, let me know in the comments down below. Now we're going to move on to what's going on with Battlefront 2 in 2019. You know, as we talked about yesterday, the community manager said that they will be, I think it was the community manager or Dennis said that they will be supporting Star Wars Battlefront 2 into 2019, but we didn't really get any official press release. Now, today, they did basically write up a press release about this. The community manager, Ben Walk, said, "Hey everyone, as you know, we are due to release a new version of the roadmap at the end of this month. Unfortunately, we are still planning out our second year of content. We will not be able to have one this month. We know that many of you had questions around this topic, and we're excited to confirm that content will continue to be released for Star Wars Battlefront 2 into 2019. As always, we thank you for your continued patience, support, feedback, and enthusiasm for Star Wars Battlefront 2. So if you're waiting for official confirmation like we were, there it is. They will be continuing support for Star Wars Battlefront 2 in 2019. And this is music to my audio receptors, guys. I'm very excited about this because, you know, I was a bit worried about the future of Battlefront 2 in 2019, especially after Anakin Skywalker in February of 2019. So, you know, it looks like they will be supporting Battlefront 2 in 2019. The question is, what will come after Anakin Skywalker? What do you guys want to see? I personally want to see Ahsoka, Ventress, and then also Coruscant. I think those three things would be huge for Battlefront 2. Let me know, what do you guys want to see? I think, you know, continued support for the Clone Wars era would be great to see because, again, they barely scratched the surface with the Clone Wars content. I know we already have Naboo, Kashyyyk, and Kamino, of course, with Geonosis on the way, but again, there's still so much stuff they could do. You got Utapau, Mustafar, Coruscant. You got heroes like Ventress, you know, Ahsoka, Captain Rex. The list goes on and on. So again, they barely scratched the surface with Clone Wars content. And it's kind of endless what they could do with Clone Wars content. Now, let's move on to the next bit of details here. If you guys have been wondering about General Grievous and if he's going to have a cape skin, well, they talked about that a little bit on Twitter. A user by the name of Gavin asked, any thoughts on a skin with a cape for General Grievous? Now, Dennis responded and said, I'll say this, there's an animation reason for why he always removes his cloak before fighting. So there's two things that we can take from that. You know, in episode 3, he removed his cape, of course, before he fought Obi-Wan Kenobi. So Dennis could be referring to that scene from episode 3, or he could be teasing, you know, in Heroes vs. Villains, that General Grievous will come out with his cape on and then take it off before engaging in battle in Heroes vs. Villains. So what do you guys think? Do you think we're going to get to see General Grievous with his cape on and then he takes it off? What do you think? Now, I don't know if we're going to get a cape skin or not because, you know, I was thinking about it more, and especially after that comment from Dennis, I started realizing if General Grievous did wear his cape, I don't know if it would work very well with his lightsabers. Like, a lot of people were making comments on Twitter that, you know, if General Grievous did wear his cape with his lightsabers would probably destroy his own cape, which is probably why he removes his cape before battle. So if there is going to be no General Grievous caped skin, what will there be, and what would you guys like to see? So let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see for General Grievous's third skin. Again, I think it'd be cool to see a cape skin, of course, but the question is, will it really work with General Grievous's 4 lightsabers? That's really the question there. Now, they also talked about clone officer armor. So a user by the name of Military Strong said, I know you can't say much regarding what they're making over there, but if you can you give us a little hint of what they may or may not be putting armor, a little hint of whether they may or may not be putting armor on the clone officer? Sorry, it was kind of written there weird, but Dennis said, we may. So that's the point of that Twitter post there. So it looks like they are considering giving us the chance to, you know, choose clone trooper armor for the clone officers. And I really want to see this because, you know, when I go out on the battlefront, I feel like the clone officers are kind of weak looking without armor, so I think this would be pretty cool. Now, let's go on to this post right here. So, community manager Ben Walk said, have fun with double experience and a nighttime playlist in Star Wars Battlefront 2 this weekend. Both events start at 0001 Stockholm time tonight. So that's right, guys. The Halloween event starts tonight. And then he goes on to say, double experience ends on Monday morning, and the night playlist ends on Thursday morning, Stockholm time. So the Halloween event is going to begin tonight. So let me know if you guys are going to be playing tonight, because it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, EA and DICE also posted an interesting article about the living and breathing worlds of the different maps in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And there's some interesting tidbits about Geonosis in this post. And I'll start right here where it said, in short, the idea of a living world underlies our aim to add believability, ambience, and intimacy to our battlefronts. Using the upcoming location, Geonosis, as an example, its living world includes swarms of Geonosians, the world's native inhabitants, flying erratically above players' heads. So we now know that these Geonosians will officially be flying above you on Geonosis, which will be really cool looking, and I can't wait to see that in action. The article then goes on to say this. It says, the battle beyond similarly, supports the location's sense of scale. Using Geonosis as an example again, you'll see starfighters swooping in over the barren battlefield, spider droids shooting lasers, and other visual effects in the backdrop, adding to that grand battle of Geonosis sensation. Now, I think this is the first time we've heard about spider droids, if I'm not mistaken, so it's official. There will be spider droids shooting lasers in the background. It doesn't sound like they're controllable, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer because I really want to see that. But hopefully in the future, since they've rendered out, you know, at least the body of the spider droids or the model of the spider droids, we get to see them in the future as playable vehicles. Now, there are also some comments about prone in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Captain Vanquez said, hey Dennis, a while ago you responded to my Reddit comment about Battlefront seeming like a Battlefield-light game. Can we expect added game mechanics like free look inside cockpits and or prone positioning to make the game more immersive in the coming year? Thanks. Now, I'm not sure what he meant by Battlefield-like game. I think he might have meant Battlefield-like game, but Dennis responded and said, no prone is planned. This game is more fast-paced. No decision on free look cockpits just yet. So I'm kind of glad there's no prone in this game because, you know, snipers, they're already very powerful on maps like Hoth, Jakku, and so on. And I don't think they really need to be adding prone into the mix. And I'm glad they're still going towards that fast-paced action because I think that's how Battlefront should feel, in my opinion. Now, if you guys have been trying to play Jabba's Palace in arcade mode, a user by the name of 47 asked, Dennis, Dice, Ben, Dennis, can any of you fix Jabba's Palace arcade mode? And Dennis responded and said, yes, on it. So they are working on a fix for Jabba's Palace in arcade mode. So if you've been trying to play that, you've been experiencing the problems, DICE is on it and they're working on fixing it. Guys, there's the video for you today. We went over a lot of stuff. I think the highlight for me for the video was definitely the dual-wielding pistols, the transformable droids, and then, of course, the official confirmation of support for Battlefront 2 into 2019. So a lot of stuff, and leave a comment down below. What are you excited for? What do you want to see in the future? And guys, I'll be back for another video soon, and may the Force be with you always.